Hello you guys, we're back here on the channel again today. This is my third video I filmed today, so I'm on a roll. I like to kind of pre-film and stack up my filming. But today we're going to be doing a book haul. I like to do these like once a month or every few months because I do like to buy books pretty regularly. I've gotten more in, I've always bought books like my whole life, but as of recently, since I've gotten back into reading, I've really been consuming a lot of books. And I have a pretty big haul this time because I actually took my younger sister book shopping over the summer for a break. That's one of the fun things we like to do on summer break. Fun for us is going book shopping. Me and her are definitely the book lovers in the family, and she has a growing collection of books and I have a huge collection of books, so that's something we bond over. So I took her book shopping in July, and then I also ordered a couple books online because when I took her shopping, I opened up my books, what is it called? What is the bookshop called? Oh gosh, books, not Books by the Pound, Books a Million. I'm blanking right now, but I opened up my account back up with them because it had expired, and so I ordered some more books from them because I just finished a book from the library and I wanted to get the second one, and I ended up ordering some other things. And I also went book thrifting in a couple of shops around my area that I actually had never even been to or heard of, and I looked up some places because I was trying to find some Goosebumps books, and I ended up not really finding that many, but I found some other books. So long story short, let me not make this intro too long. I have a stack of books that I've recently collected over the past few months, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into them now and just kind of give you a brief synopsis, my thoughts on them, etc, etc. So without further ado and further talking, let's go ahead and hop into the video. If you like book hauls like this, before we get into it, I know I'm still talking, go ahead and give this video a like. I do book hauls, like I said, every few months. Subscribe down below if you want to see more content like this as well. And I do some book content here on my channel occasionally because I just think it's good to talk about books, to encourage people to read. And if you used to be a lover of books and reading and you fell out of it like I did, this is I think a great encouragement to go ahead and get back into it, because that's what I had to do. I had to push myself into it, and BookTube here on YouTube has really helped me do that. So let's go ahead and get into the books I collected this past few months. Okay, you guys, the first book I actually bought from Walmart. Like I said, I've been on a book buying kick, and this one I just picked up on a whim. I actually took my sister to get a drawing book from Walmart because she wanted to get one for, you know, to draw and color in, a coloring book, but like one of the more adult ones. She's 12 years old, so she really is into art, anything drawing, coloring, painting, clay. She's into all of that, and so I took her there, and while I was there I just couldn't help myself. I went ahead and picked up a book for me. So this book is Cemetery Girl by David Bell. I just found the synopsis to be very interesting, and so I picked it up. So this one is about a missing child, two parents that seem to have everything. Their child goes missing and she vanishes without a trace, and then 4 years later, she reappears alive, but she won't say where she was, what happened, etc., etc. And the dad is trying to figure out what happened and uncover the truth. And so I just found that synopsis very interesting. I've never heard of a plot like that, at least not, that I've read. And so I was just very interested. And plus, the cover, it kind of drew me in. It's kind of plain, but it also with that bold writing, and then kind of the face there and the little girl. I don't know, I just picked it up. I love a good mystery, so that'll be exciting to read. Next, I have one of my book of the month books that I got. This one was for August, so I just got this one literally a few days ago. This one is Shari LaPena, Not a Happy Family. And so this one, I believe, when I read the synopsis, was about a sort of richer family who one of their family members is murdered. Okay, I think the parents are murdered, and the family is devastated, or maybe they're devastated. I think this one also has kind of a mystery vibe to it as well, so I've been really into and picking a lot of books with kind of that mystery plot, and so we're gonna see the intentions of the family members. Did someone kill the parents? Was it a higher job? I don't know. We're gonna get into it. And I do have another book of the month. My book of the month from last month was 56 Days. I have not read this one yet. I actually have been really behind with my book of the month reads. And if you don't know, book of the month is a subscription where you can pick a book a month. It's $10 per month that you pay for the subscription box. I love subscription boxes. I have a makeup one, which is BoxyCharm, and then this one, which is the book one, and you get to pick a book each month, and you can also add on books, which I've done sometimes, but it's an extra cost. But I usually just pick one book, and it's just obviously the $10, but I really like the subscription because I get to pick new things and see what's new and what's popping as far as for books. So this one is also another mystery, almost kind of a horror thriller type to it. It's 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard, and it's basically following Sierra and Oliver meet in a supermarket, and they start dating the same week COVID-19 hits. So this one's very much like current theme, and then they quarantine together because they just met, obviously, and somebody, they start a relationship, quarantine together, but I believe the young woman disappears, and so we're kind of reading to see what happened. That's the synopsis of the book. The tagline is pretty cool too. No one even knew they were together. Now one of them is dead, and I think it's the lady that dies, at least from what I was reading when I picked that one out. So I'm excited for that one. All right, let's get into my next stack of things. So these all are like mid-grade books. I picked up a lot of these recently because I'm trying to rebuild my collection of books in this category. I lost a lot of books on the move to Georgia when I was in high school. I had to leave some of my books back home, and in Kansas City, Missouri, so I couldn't bring all my books, and so I had a large collection already, even as a young teenager, that I had been collecting since a kid, and I couldn't bring all of those books. So I had a large collection of Goosebumps books, Babysitter Club, Magic Treehouse, all of my childhood books, as well as a good chunk of books that I had collected from thrifting, that I enjoyed in high school. Lost pretty much almost that whole collection of books, and so I've been trying to repurchase some of my Goosebumps books. I've been thrifting for them. I haven't really had a lot of luck. I think they've become a lot more popular or repopularized in recent years, and so they're always being pulled up. I wanted to get some of the older editions, but you can go and buy the new ones as well, but I really like the old editions. So I've been thrifting as of recently to try to find some of those mid-grade books, and I've recently picked up some of the newer ones in the Goosebumps series as well as I found some gems at the thrift store. So let's just get into it. Long explanation short. So the first one I'll share is this one, Monster Street, The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. This one is actually not a Goosebumps book, but it's like in that kind of vein, and I think these are newer, and I picked this up on the recommendation, 2019 copyright date. I picked this up on the recommendation of oh gosh, he's on YouTube. I forget his YouTube handle name right now. Like, I always forget the names when I'm filming, of course, but I will pop him up. He's the one that recommended that if you like Goosebumps books, you'll probably like this series, and so it's kind of in that same vein as Goosebumps, so I'm excited to read that one. I also picked up a couple of the Slappy World books. These were on like a sale at Books A Million when I went with my sister, so I picked these up because I do want to maybe collect some of this version of the Goosebumps series as well. This what would you call this, spin-off series. So I picked up two of them. I picked up book 1 and book 8. I know that's pretty random, but I just like the way book 8 looked, and also it has the Return of the Mummy, which was one of my favorite Goosebumps books. And oh nope, I picked up a third one as well. This one is book 9. I don't know why I skipped those numbers in between, but I like the way this one looked as well, so I picked it up and it was on sale. So those are all cool. I'm excited to have those and maybe read those and see like what the updated Goosebumps or spin-off Goosebumps books are all about. And then my two finds that I am super excited about, I found these Escalofrios books from the thrift store. Both of these I found in the thrift store. These are the Goosebumps books in Spanish. I have about 2 or 3 of these already, and I found these and I was super excited because I was like, these are so hard to find. I found this one at a thrift store. Funnily enough, this was the only Goosebumps book that they had. Was a Spanish one, and I collect these as well because I like to read them. I'm a Spanish teacher, and so I like to read them in Spanish as well, and I just think it's cool to have those Spanish versions. Also for mid-grade books, I have this one from this is also a used one from a series of unfortunate events. I read all of these books when I was in middle school, I believe, and I love this series. It's very nostalgic for me. But I didn't realize I didn't own a lot of them. I only have a few of the books. There's like 12 of them, 12 or 13. And this is book 5, which I did not own, so picked that up as well. And then lastly, I don't know if in my last haul I told you guys, but I picked up the book 6 of Harry Potter. I didn't realize I didn't own all of them. I've read all of them, finished the whole series when I was in 8th grade. And, but I didn't own book 6, which I got at a thrift store a few months ago, and I just recently picked up book 2, which I did not own either, and so I have the second book now. So I'm super excited about this one. My sister is currently reading the series now. She read book 1 and she's now on book 2, which she'll have to borrow from me, and I just recently got it. So now, lucky her, she can read and finish the series. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the books. I have like 5 more left, and all of these ones I believe I got from Books A Million, and I got them either online or in store. Maybe a lie. I think I maybe got this one at Walmart. I don't remember. I think I may have got this one at Walmart, but this is The Magicians by Lev Grossman. Maybe I got it from Walmart or Books A Million. I don't remember, but I've been interested in this. I know it is a series, but I've been interested to read this one for quite a while, and I just never have gotten around to it, and now I own it, so I'm super excited about that. So I believe this is some sort of like a fantasy book. I'm pretty sure, and I want to say it has some references to C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia series, which I absolutely love that series. I've reread it several times, all of the books. I know some people kind of don't love that series, but I do. I love that series. I like my favorite book is The Magician's Nephew, which is chronologically the first book, but I think it was like the 6th one he wrote or something like that. And the reason I love that one is because it's talking about all these pools that go to other worlds. I think that concept is so cool. If I ever wrote a book, it would be something similar to that, like just where you could go to other worlds and explore. That concept is just very interesting to me. So yeah, this one I'm pretty sure has some references to that. Yeah, it even mentions his Narnia and Harry Potter here, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be right up my alley if it's got some sort of Narnia, Harry Potter-esque moments in it, or references, or throwbacks, you know what I'm saying? Borrowing a little, you know? So I'm excited for this. I don't even know what this is really about. I think I'm going to go in blind, except for what I've read on the back, and I'm excited for that one. Okay, these last 4 I definitely picked up from Books A Million. I ordered all 4 of these online and got them all together. And so the reason I made the order was because I wanted to get this book, so I'll start with this one. The Trouble with Peace, Joe Abercrombie. I just read the first one in this series. I got it from the library, read it July. Yeah, finished it July. And end of July, and I really enjoyed it. I've never read anything from this author, but I've heard a lot about him, that his work with fantasy and world building and all this is really great. And so when I finished that book, I was just so, like, let me get the second one. So I went ahead and ordered it. I haven't started it yet. I have so many other books I'm reading right now, so I won't be starting this one right away, but I'm glad I have it because I really, really did enjoy the first one, which is called A Little Hatred. And I really want to try some more of his books as well, because I really like the way he writes and builds and stuff. And at first, that first book was a little slow burn, but once it got into it, I was like eating it up. It set everything up very well. So I'm excited to get in the second one. And while I was ordering, I went ahead and ordered a couple more things that they were having kind of a deal sale kind of thing. So I picked up this next one, Brandon Sanderson, Mistborn. I've heard a lot of people talk about this book. I've never read it. I've never read anything from this author. I'd never even heard of him until I got on BookTube. And fantasy, that's right up my alley. It's one of my favorite genres. So I will be giving this one a try. I have another book by him as well that I have not read, that I purchased a few months ago, several months ago. It's really big. This one's a bit smaller, so I might read this one first. But I'm excited to try this one as well, because I know a lot of people love this author. But I just never read anything from him. Another one I got is this one, Ferratu. I think that's how you pronounce that one, by Joe Hill, who is Stephen King's son. Pretty sure. I've heard a lot about this book in particular. I know it is also a TV series on Shudder, which it is a horror, show and horror book, right up my alley. Horror is probably my top genre to read, and of course my top genre to watch. So I'm excited about this one as well. And the concept and story plot of this one is very interesting. It's basically about this lady that has like this gift, and she's trying to save this kid from this, nefarious villain guy. There's something called Christmas Land. There's all kind of just stuff in here that I'm just like excited to jump into this. It's kind of a thick one, 600 pages, almost 700 pages. Oh gosh, I got a lot of big books recently, so I'm gonna be really set. Like some of these mid-grade books I could finish in like a day, but these big guys might take me a minute. And the last book I got, which I've been wanting to read for a while now, Octavia E. Butler, Kindred. Finally got this, finally own this. I'm super excited about this. I've been wanting to read this book. This is the first book I actually wanted to read from Octavia E. Butler, but it was never in stock at the library. And so I was like, finally I could have put it on hold, but I'd never think that far ahead. When I put things on hold, it's just like spur of the moment, like planning. Usually I just go to the library and just whatever's there is there. But I just went ahead and picked this one up because I never see it in stock at the public library that I go to. They have it, it's always checked out. So I have read some other things by Octavia E. Butler. She's an author that I'm very intrigued by. Her concepts and ideals are so interesting, strange, and just like captivating in a good way. So captivating is always good, but strange in a good way. And I know I've heard a lot of good things about this one. I know it's going to have some like tough, sad topics in it, but I'm excited for this one. This is the one I've been wanting to read from her, and since I've read 2 books from her so far, I do really enjoy her writing and her ideals and her concepts and her sci-fi. Sci-fi is definitely not one of my top genres, but this is kind of the sci-fi that I like from this author. The way she's writing it is really pulled me in and had me enjoying reading a lot more sci-fi. So that is the book haul. I feel like I've been talking for a minute. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything because I had them piled up. Yeah, I think I got everything, and I'm super excited that my collection is growing. I definitely need to do an unhaul. I've never done one of those before, ever. I'm kind of a little bit of a hoarder, but definitely there's some books on my shelf that I just need to get out so that I can make space for new things that I actually want to have in my collection. The concept of decluttering is not new to me. I do it with my makeup, but it's hard. So I need to go through my books. I've been slowly organizing my shelves as well, but I do have, most of my books I've read that are on my shelf, but now that I've been starting to buy more books again, I have quite a few that I have not read, and so I want to get through these, of course, in the time that I can. So thank you guys so much for watching this haul. If you liked it and enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. I will soon be doing a review of what I read in July. Is that right? Or do I need to do August? I don't even know what's the last one I did of the books I've read recently. I haven't read that much in July. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've read that much. Did I already do the video? I don't remember. Anyways, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you want to see more content like this in the future. And I'll check you guys out in the next video very, very, very soon. Stay safe. Adios.